We are live on Facebook and Instagram. I want to first off say thank you to everybody that has registered for our giveaway. The response has been huge. I think we're up to 40 or 50 shares across all social media. So definitely thank you all for sharing and commenting and following us. It's definitely huge. We're really thinking about doing this a little bit more often. It's kind of a fluke giveaway this time, but with this type of response, we might end up doing this maybe quarterly or really monthly if we can drive into it a little bit more. But this is not about that giveaway. So what's up, Josh? Quit lifting all the heavy things, man. You're starting to make me look bad. But we're starting a new trend. I'm going to test out something, and we're going to call it What If Wednesday. We're going to pose a security question, kind of a situational thing that we kind of run into day to day. It might be me, it might be Heather that poses it, but we want to do a What If Wednesday where we tell you a scenario that happened, see what you would do, get you thinking about your situation, thinking about your surroundings, and then come back. Haven't fully figured it out yet, maybe Saturday or Sunday, but come back with like a solution Sunday of what our recommendation would be in that type of scenario. So we're not going to just leave you hanging, but we'd really love some good feedback from our audience and from all our friends and family. Kind of figure out what everybody's thinking is going to help us craft what to offer our clients. It's also going to help you think more and more about how to stay safe in daily environment. So today's scenario, sorry, I'm being given vitamins to take by the wifey. She's trying to be sneaky slick about it, but it wasn't working.
You don't have to do it right now.
She says I don't have to do it right now, but we know if I don't, I'll get yelled at. You guys know how that goes. So What If Wednesday? Our topic this week is a scenario that actually happened to me today. I was visiting a client. If you remember, a couple weeks ago, I posted a video while I was at a client that had a parking garage. I sat in the parking garage. I was doing an assessment of the building complex. It was 2 buildings and a parking garage attached to each one. I sat in the parking deck for an hour and a half, an hour, something like that, and just kind of waited to see if anybody was coming and going, what the foot traffic looked like, and if the security company that they had hired was actually doing their job and patrolling the parking deck regularly. And this was during, it was around 8 or 9 a.m. when a lot of people are coming into work. So there was a ton of foot traffic. And it's a security company that I've previously worked with. So I know what their operational handbook says they should be doing. Have a little bit of insight in that area. All that to be said, they didn't patrol the deck at all. In that hour and a half I was there, didn't see any type of security presence, which Mandy, I agree. Mandy Ann, good to see you. You're right. Most security is a joke. And that's part of what this is. You know, a lot of people don't realize that unarmed security guards make $12 an hour at best. So they're not invested in anything related to your security. They're invested in playing on their phone and getting a paycheck. So relating back to how that relates to what happened today, I go to another client. This one's over in the Galleria area that has a parking deck, and I park on the first floor. You pull in, and it was it might have been the back gate. It looked like a back gate. I'm not really sure if it actually was, but I pull in, and it actually looked like a dungeon where it was not very well lit. Every other car was almost pitch black, and it was completely in shadows. Like you've all seen that type of parking deck where it's a sunny day, 8 a.m. There's no reason it should be dark, but it was. And I could have walked between the cars and not even been noticed because it was that dark, which is kind of crazy to me. But I'm in this parking deck. and I have to walk across a parking deck that's not very well lit. There's several people walking around getting into work. It's a Class A complex, so of course there's people coming and going that early in the morning. And I get to the elevator bank to go up. I had to go up 2 floors in order to get to the walk-in where the lobby was located. I try to go up those 2 floors in the elevator, and I stand there for a few minutes. The elevator's not working, which forces you obviously to go find, for somebody that wasn't necessarily familiar, it's my first time at this location. Hi, baby, from the other room. Thanks for watching, Heather. I had to walk around the parking deck to find the stairwell, which was in a kind of inconspicuous spot around the corner. And this stairwell was about as wide as I am. So I'm not a small guy, so having to walk up this narrow stairwell is already uncomfortable for me. The stairwell was also not very well lit, shocker. But as I was walking up and down the stairwell when I was coming back to my truck, same issue. Come to find out the elevators were out of order on that lobby level. They just weren't working. So I'm up and down this stairwell, and in my going up and down the stairwell in those 2 trips, I ran into females that were going into work and another guy's going into work. So I'm passing these people. My thought, I'm not comfortable in an enclosed space like that. A female that's in a dark stairwell with several guys, probably not a comfortable situation. I can't speak to that, which is where I'm wanting the feedback. The what if is, what if you show up to work where there's a parking deck, you can't get on the elevator, it's dark, you're alone or there's other foot traffic around, and you're forced into a dark, narrow stairwell. What do you do? What's your thought process? What are you looking? What are you thinking about with your movements? Are you waiting on somebody to come with you? Are you calling somebody, calling security, calling what should be the concierge desk where there should be a security officer at most of these Class A buildings? There's your what if scenario. So think about it. I'd love to hear some feedback. I saw there's some car break-in information I'm getting about IKEA. Definitely have to give them a call here soon. But that's our what if. We're going to talk about it. I'll probably bring Heather in on Sunday for Solution Sunday. Let her give the female perspective. If y'all aren't aware, she did a lot of women's self-defense training, taught it at the police department and up at KSU. So she has a good mindset for how females should be aware of their surroundings. So I think she'd have some good input on this one. But I'd love to hear from y'all and get a feel for what y'all are thinking. Talk to y'all soon.